Hey, what's up, Dean? Steer Performance. We are at the shop. Oh boy! And I got the Camaro gas tank all built, all done. Tested it. There was two little pinholes, but we're good. There was one there and one on the bottom. The bottom came out ugly, but the top came out really good. That's the hat. So if you look from the side, you see the lines will be below the trunk floor, which is what he wants. And then the sump is ugly. I'll admit it. It ain't pretty. But it will definitely serve its purpose. And it acts as a baffle so that the fuel doesn't slosh. And it'll stay in that spot down in there. So kind of serves two purposes. Yeah. Jonathan's Ranger. I decided I'm going to plug the coils in. I got the fitting on the regulator. Where is it? Right there. So the return is on. So I wanted to set the fuel pressure. So I wound it out. I used the output test, clicked the fuel pump, and set the fuel pressure 43-ish, 44 psi. And then I just got a little eager. It's been a while and I want to hear it because this is a pretty badass setup. So I went ahead and plugged the coils in, and initially got a lot of pop bang. So I took a factory coil bracket and harness and kind of pinned out what goes where. And I had driver's side were just mixed up, which I assumed passenger side were all mixed up too. So I nailed the driver's side, and then when I did the passenger side, so now I got a kind of, which is good because now I can reconfigure the harness. I can set it up better. Whether if I have to clip the wires and put them back together, I will do that. Because I'm not going to leave it ugly. Everything else looks really good. I got the catch can mounted over there. The line ran. So I used the small one because I need room for an air filter on this side. I still got to get the upper radiator hose. I got to get it turned and over. I'm going to work on that tomorrow. I'm going to work on figuring out the lower hose as well. I did get the plugs in. I had to buy some special hex socket. It's like a 13 millimeter or 12 or something. The other thing I need to figure out, I believe, is the alternator charging wire. Need to trace that and figure out. Should be, according to this, it's gray with a black. I may not have it set up. I should actually look and see if I have it set up. But it serves a couple of purposes. Me starting the truck now, I can figure out any little issues that I have. And there's a few. There's always a few. There will always be a few. So the other issue is the clutch. It is so close. I can manage to get it in gear, but it tries to push the truck forward. So let me see if I do have the alternator set up. So I think it's here, enable basic 13.2 volts. So it should target 13.2 volts. But it's not, unfortunately. So key on, dashboard. Let me shut the flash off. And then I gotta plug in, go online. Well, and then we get this. Sometimes this acts a little funny. There we go. Okay. So you can see everything here. Fuel pressure staying up. Air fuel, don't pay any attention. Coolant temp's 126. I did run it twice up to temp. Only like 180 degrees. That was the other thing I gotta look at, the fans. You gotta see where the fans are at. I gotta go back offline, of course. Fan temp 1. We'll trigger it for like 145. And then we'll go off at 144. That's fine. Fan 2, we'll do 150. Go off at 149. That's fine. Engine running, engine rolling. So, should work. Alrighty then. That was fun. Interruptions upon interruptions, but that's okay. Ugh. Put the cable up there. We'll key it back on. Go back online. Better not tell me I got a key on. Okay. Now, remember, you can't just start it. Clutch got to be all the way down. Almost at the 145. We should. Got fan 1, fan 2. We're looking good. So I'm gonna let it heat up more, so it gets a heat cycle in it. So, yep, the Ranger is alive. Once I get the radiator in it, then we'll be able to really know. Basically, that radiator should work. It's a good radiator, big radiator. Fans are badass, but that will be, 100% everything. I'll figure out the alternator. I'm not sure why it's not turning on. But I'll get that figured out. I made the return for the power steering hose. It's right there. It's just a rubber hose that goes over to the metal line. I just changed out the old metal line. I have a compression fitting coming for the pressure side. So we're gonna do the compression fitting and up to the pump so we can get fluid in it. I don't have the flipperdoodle. Nope, that's a picture. For some reason I don't have flip. So yeah, that's where we're at. I gotta move the Caprice out, bring the Ranchero over. His distributor and stuff should be here tomorrow, I believe it said. So, yeah, I should be able to get that truck done. Got the Camaro tank done, so I'm getting stuff done. I got to check the 66, see what's going on with that, but I am fairly confident that is bad injectors on that. So that's where we're at now. The interrupt is for one of those slingshot things. Obviously, somebody made the pipe wrong and overheated the flange and all that, so we'll fix all that for them. We'll make it right. So Jonathan already heard it. I sent him the short, so he already heard it. But he doesn't quite understand. There's no feeling like being next to the vehicle that's running when it has something this good. And that motor is good. It is a 406. It's roughly like 11 and a quarter to 1 compression. It's got 823 heads.
Yep.
823 heads with the fast intake. It's got a custom ground tick performance cam. So it is definitely a badass little setup. Should make really, really good power. Probably too much for this little truck, but you can never have too much. So once he decides to put the turbos on it, Jonathan, turbos. No, I wouldn't do that to him. But no, this truck is gonna be a handful, but it's gonna be a badass truck, and I'm super, super proud of where it's at, and super, super happy to know Jonathan, to have him allow me to work on his truck is just, it's an honor. So Jonathan, Saturday, be here, listen to your truck. Appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified, leave me a comment. Have a good day.